Chapter 2. Corporate Brand Recognition and Your Competitive Advantage. After reading this chapter, you will learn how to properly apply the sales communication process to set up a USA-based business in 21 steps, how to access business funding at 0% APR or at competitive interest rates, and how to access markets. You will also learn about corporate and personal brand recognition strategies and how to use data to develop a strong brand identity that resonates with your workforce, clients, and the public. Strong corporate branding and strategic brand positioning is vital to the success of every business. The following questions will come at the end of reading this chapter, and you are expected to answer them to the best of your ability. This exercise will test your reading and comprehension skills, your ability to retain information and be responsive to important business data. Questions and exercise. Explain in your own words what is the minimum viable offer and how it aids business growth. Identify 2 advantages of using the MVO and MVTM to drive business success. Why do sales communication professionals achieve more in all aspects of their lives? What do you understand from the term sales pitch conversion tactics, and how important is this concept to gaining business competitive advantage? Identify 2 benefits of using the sales pitch conversion tactics ratio in your business, or show how you plan to use it in your business. The business value proposition. One of the first things you want to ask yourself as a brand leader is how you want your brand to be perceived by your workforce, clients, and the public. Each of these stakeholders will directly or indirectly impact and be impacted by your brand identity. While the willingness and ability to ask yourselves this question is important for the life of the business, it is also equally or more important to adopt and apply the right sales communication organisms that enable you to impact the target market with clinical precision. Let us look at an example. Executive members of Pitch Deck 101 LLC, Global Capital Inc. and 10X Branding and Marketing LLC out of the United States of America, in late 2018 met in the boardroom of 10X B&M LLC to formulate a game plan to impact the international business community. One of the first suggestions or concepts that was tabled early in the meeting had to do with steps that can be taken to position Pitch Deck 101 LLC, Global Capital Inc. and 10X B&M LLC out of New York as strong brands that are known, liked, and trusted by local business owners and foreign nationals. The suggestions recommended made strong emphasis on how the tripartite can offer a comprehensive business service that enable local business leaders and foreign national, in business, to set up their businesses in the right way and build the strongest presence throughout the United States of America. All presents at the meeting throw their support behind the suggestion because the United States has many advantages that will help those businesses to grow and reach their full business potential, and at the same time enable the brand to attain a strong brand identity. It was further pointed out by executives of Pitch Deck 101 LLC out of New York that the United States consumer market is above 330 million and that once businesses are properly registered with the Secretary of State, appropriate steps can be taken to get foreign nationals businesses owners access to multiple types of financial instrument, access to market, and the opportunities to fully integrate their brands throughout the United States of America. This tripartite body immediately after the first meeting decided on initiating comprehensive market research that detailed a step-by-step approach to achieve support for foreign nationals set up their businesses properly in the USA. The following are 21 important steps that should be covered when attempting to set up your business and brand properly in the USA. Market research, market viability, market accommodations and enablers. Tax laws, tax incentives and tax write-off. Financial instruments and debt mitigation. Business name search. Business address. 411 business listing. U.S. Secretary of State business license. The business EIN. Foreign national ITIN. Website and social media presence. Business checking accounts. Business saving and merchant account. Standard Industry Classification Code, SIC. North America Industry Classification System, NAICS Code, NAFTA, Canada, Mexico, United States. Duns and Bradstreet. Equifax Business. Experian Business. Paydex Score. Bank Relations. Local Credit Unions. Business Trade Lines. Market Research, Market Viability. Market accommodations and enablers. There are many business support organizations in the United States of America that can provide valuable resources and assistance to entrepreneurs and small business owners. Some of the most notable organizations include Small Business Administration, SBA, a government agency that provides resources, loans, and counseling to small businesses. SCORE, a nonprofit organization that offers free business mentoring, workshops, and resources to entrepreneurs. National Association of Small Business Owners, NASBO, a membership-based organization that advocates for small businesses and provides networking opportunities, resources, and discounts. National Small Business Association, NSBA, a membership-based organization that advocates for small businesses and provides resources, discounts, and networking opportunities. U.S. Chamber of Commerce, a membership-based organization that advocates for businesses and provides resources, networking opportunities, and events. Minority Business Development Agency, MBDA, a government agency that supports minority-owned businesses by providing resources, grants, and loans. Women's Business Centers, WBCs, a network of centers across the country that provide resources and assistance specifically to women-owned businesses. These organizations can be valuable resources for entrepreneurs and small business owners looking to start or grow their businesses. USA tax laws, tax incentives, and tax write-off. The United States has a complex tax system with numerous tax benefits available to businesses operating within its borders. Some of the most common tax benefits available to businesses in the United States include deductions. Businesses can take advantage of various deductions to reduce their taxable income. Some common deductions include expenses related to employee salaries, rent, utilities, and supplies. Capital investment incentives. The U.S. government offers tax credits and deductions for businesses that invest in capital equipment or property. These incentives encourage businesses to invest in new equipment or property, which can help to spur economic growth and create jobs. Research and development tax credits. Businesses that invest in research and development can take advantage of tax credits that can offset a significant portion of their research expenses. This benefit can help to encourage innovation and improve the competitiveness of U.S. businesses. Job creation tax credits. Many states and local governments offer tax credits to businesses that create jobs in their area. These credits can help to encourage businesses to locate or expand their operations in areas that may be struggling economically. Foreign tax credit. Businesses that operate overseas may be eligible for a foreign tax credit, which can help to reduce their U.S. tax liability on income earned abroad. It's worth noting that the tax code is complex, and the specific benefits available to your business will depend on your industry, size, and other factors. It's always a good idea to consult with a tax professional to determine which tax benefits may be available to your business. Financial instruments and debt mitigation. There are several types of financial instruments that businesses can access in the USA. Here are some examples. Stocks. These represent ownership in a company and can be bought and sold on stock exchanges. Businesses can issue stocks to raise capital, and investors can purchase stocks to share in the profits of the company. Bonds. These are debt securities that are issued by companies or government entities to raise money. Bonds typically pay interest to the bondholders, and the principal is returned at the end of the bond term. Commercial paper. This is a short-term debt instrument that is issued by companies to raise funds for short-term needs, such as payroll or inventory. Bank loans. Businesses can borrow money from banks to finance their operations or to make investments. Leases. Businesses can lease equipment, vehicles, or real estate rather than purchasing them outright. Leasing can help businesses conserve cash and manage their cash flow. Options. These give the holder the right, but not the obligation, to buy or sell an underlying asset at a predetermined price. Businesses can use options to manage their risk exposure or to speculate on market movements. Futures. These are contracts that require the buyer to purchase an underlying asset at a predetermined price on a future date. Businesses can use futures to hedge against price fluctuations or to speculate on future market movements. Derivatives. These financial instruments derive their value from an underlying asset, such as stocks, bonds, or commodities. Businesses can use derivatives to manage their risk exposure or to speculate on market movements. Overall, the financial instruments available to businesses in the USA are diverse and can help them raise capital, manage risk, and grow their operations. Definitions and benefits of stocks. Stocks are financial instruments that represent ownership in a company. When a company goes public, it offers shares of its stock to the public, which can be bought and sold on the stock market. Business owners can issue stock in their company as a way to raise capital to fund growth and expansion. There are several benefits to businesses that issue stock. Access to capital. One of the primary benefits of issuing stock is that it provides businesses with access to capital. By selling shares of their stock to the public, businesses can raise large sums of money that can be used to fund research and development, expand operations, and invest in new products and services. No repayment obligation. Unlike debt financing, where businesses are required to repay loans with interest, issuing stock does not create a repayment obligation. Once a business has sold shares of its stock, it does not need to repay investors unless it chooses to buy back the stock at a later time. Shared risk. When a business issues stock, it shares the risk of the company's performance with its investors. This means that if the business does well, investors benefit through an increase in the value of their stock. Conversely, if the business performs poorly, investors may suffer losses. Increased public awareness. When a business issues stock, it becomes a publicly traded company, which can help increase awareness of its brand and attract new customers. This can also help businesses attract top talent, as employees may be more likely to want to work for a company that is publicly traded. Improved valuation. Issuing stock can help businesses improve their valuation, which can make it easier to attract additional investment in the future. As the value of a company's stock increases, it can be seen as a sign of success and a positive outlook for the business. In summary, issuing stock can be a valuable tool for businesses looking to raise capital, improve their public profile, and attract top talent. By sharing the risk and reward of the business with investors, businesses can improve their financial position and set themselves up for future growth and success. Definitions and benefits of bonds. Bonds are a type of debt security that businesses can issue to raise capital. When a company issues bonds, it is essentially borrowing money from investors. In exchange for investing in the bonds, investors receive regular interest payments and the return of their principal investment when the bond matures. There are several benefits to businesses that issue bonds. Access to capital. Similar to issuing stock, issuing bonds provides businesses with access to capital that can be used to fund growth and expansion. Bonds can be particularly attractive to businesses that are unable or unwilling to issue additional shares of stock. Lower cost of capital. In many cases, the cost of issuing bonds can be lower than the cost of issuing stock or other forms of debt financing. This is because bondholders are typically more risk-averse than stockholders, and are willing to accept lower returns in exchange for a lower level of risk. Fixed interest rates. Bonds typically offer fixed interest rates, which can provide businesses with greater predictability and stability in their financing costs. This can be particularly important for businesses that are sensitive to interest rate fluctuations. No loss of control. Unlike issuing stock, issuing bonds does not result in a loss of control for business owners. Bondholders do not have voting rights or any say in the day-to-day operations of the business. Tax-deductible interest payments. The interest payments made on bonds are typically tax-deductible for businesses, which can help reduce their overall tax liability. In summary, bonds can be a valuable tool for businesses looking to raise capital while maintaining control over their operations. By offering lower costs of capital and predictable financing costs, bonds can provide businesses with greater financial stability and flexibility. Definitions and benefits of commercial paper. Commercial paper is a type of unsecured, short-term debt instrument that businesses can issue to raise capital. It is typically issued by large, credit-worthy corporations and financial institutions, and is sold at a discount to its face value. The maturity period for commercial paper typically ranges from a few days to several months, although some longer-term commercial paper can have maturities of up to a year. There are several benefits to businesses that issue commercial paper. Lower cost of capital. Commercial paper typically offers a lower cost of capital than other forms of short-term financing, such as bank loans. This is because commercial paper is unsecured, meaning that it is not backed by collateral, and is issued by creditworthy companies with a low risk of default. Flexibility, because commercial paper is short-term in nature, businesses can use it to meet their immediate cash needs without committing to long-term debt. This provides businesses with greater flexibility in managing their cash flow. Access to a large pool of investors. Commercial paper is typically sold to a large pool of institutional investors, including money market funds, pension funds, and other large financial institutions. This provides businesses with access to a diverse group of investors, and can help to broaden their investor base. Low transaction costs. Because commercial paper is typically sold in large denominations, the transaction costs associated with issuing it are relatively low. This can help to reduce the overall cost of capital for businesses. Short-term funding. Commercial paper is ideal for businesses that need short-term funding to finance their day-to-day operations. It can be used to finance working capital needs, such as inventory purchase and purchases and accounts receivable. In summary, commercial paper is a valuable tool for businesses that need short-term financing to meet their immediate cash needs. By offering lower costs of capital, flexibility, and access to a large pool of investors, commercial paper can provide businesses with a cost-effective and flexible source of funding. Definitions and benefits of bank loan. A bank loan is a financial product offered by banks and other financial institutions to businesses that need to borrow money. It is a type of debt financing where the borrower receives a lump sum of money from the bank and agrees to repay it, with interest, over a specified period of time. There are several benefits to businesses that take out bank loans. Access to capital. Bank loans provide businesses with access to a significant amount of capital that they may not be able to obtain through other sources. This can be particularly important for startups and small businesses that may not have established credit histories or significant assets. Flexible repayment terms. Bank loans typically offer flexible repayment terms, including the ability to choose the length of the loan and the frequency of payments. This can help businesses to manage their cash flow and ensure that they are able to make their payments on time. Fixed interest rates. Many bank loans offer fixed interest rates, which can help businesses to manage their budgeting and forecasting by knowing exactly how much they will need to pay each month. Building credit. By taking out and repaying bank loans on time, businesses can build their credit histories and improve their credit scores. This can be important when seeking future financing, as lenders will look at a business's credit history to determine their risk profile. Support from the bank. Banks can provide businesses with support and advice, including financial planning and management services, as well as access to other financial products and services. It is important to note that bank loans also come with potential downsides, including the need to provide collateral, the risk of default, and the potential for higher interest rates if the business has a poor credit history. In summary, bank loans can be a valuable tool for businesses that need access to significant amounts of capital and require flexible repayment terms. By providing fixed interest rates and the potential to build credit, bank loans can help businesses manage their cash flow and plan for the future. However, businesses should carefully consider the potential downsides before taking out a loan, and ensure that they are able to make their payments on time to avoid default. Definitions and benefits of leases. Leasing is a common practice among businesses, whereby a company rents equipment, property, or other assets from a third-party lessor for a specified period of time, typically several years. In exchange for regular payments, the business is granted the use of the asset, without the need to purchase it outright. There are several benefits to businesses that choose to lease assets. Lower upfront costs. Leasing allows businesses to acquire expensive equipment or property without incurring significant upfront costs. Instead, the business makes regular lease payments over a period of time, which can help with cash flow management. Access to latest technology. Leasing can provide businesses with access to the latest technology, without the need to purchase it outright. This can be particularly important for businesses in fast-moving industries, where staying up to date with the latest technology is critical for success. Tax benefits. Lease payments may be tax-deductible as an operating expense, which can provide businesses with significant tax benefits. Additionally, businesses may be able to take advantage of depreciation deductions for leased assets. Flexible terms. Lease terms can be customized to meet the specific needs of a business, including the length of the lease, the size of the payments, and the type of asset being leased. Reduced risk. Leasing can reduce risk for businesses, as the lessor is responsible for maintenance, repairs, and other issues related to the asset. Additionally, businesses can return the asset at the end of the lease term, without having to worry about selling or disposing of it. It is important to note that leasing also comes with potential downsides, including the total cost of the lease over time, restrictions on the use of the asset, and the risk of default if lease payments are not made on time. In summary, leasing can be a valuable tool for businesses that need access to expensive equipment or property, but do not want to incur significant upfront costs. By providing tax benefits, flexible terms, and reduced risk, leasing can help businesses manage their cash flow and stay up to date with the latest technology. However, businesses should carefully consider the potential downsides before entering into a lease agreement, and ensure that they are able to make their lease payments on time to avoid default. Disadvantages of leasing. Higher overall cost. Over the long term, leasing can be more expensive compared to purchasing an asset outright. Monthly lease payments accumulate over time, potentially exceeding the original cost of the asset. It's important to evaluate the total cost of leasing versus buying before making a decision. No ownership or equity. When leasing, the business does not gain ownership or equity in the asset. This means that at the end of the lease term, the business does not retain any residual value or the ability to sell the asset. Restrictions and penalties. Lease agreements often come with specific terms and conditions, including restrictions on use, mileage limits for vehicles, and penalties for early termination. Businesses must carefully review and understand these terms to avoid potential penalties and limitations. Less control. As a lessee, you have less control over the asset since it is owned by the lessor. This can restrict modifications or customization to suit specific business needs. Potential for long-term commitment. Leasing typically involves a contractual commitment for a specific duration. If business needs change, exiting a lease agreement early can be challenging and may result in penalties or additional costs. Credit and approval requirements. Depending on the type of lease, businesses may undergo credit checks and approval processes to secure the lease. This can be more challenging for startups or businesses with limited credit history. When considering leasing, it's important to carefully evaluate your business's financial situation, future needs, and the specific terms of the lease agreement. Compare leasing options with purchasing alternatives to determine which option aligns best with your business goals and financial capabilities. Definitions and benefits of option. An option is a contract that gives the holder the right, but not the obligation, to buy or sell an underlying asset, such as a stock, commodity, or currency, at a predetermined price and time. Options can be used by businesses to manage risk, speculate on price movements, and generate income. There are two main types of options. Call option. A call option gives the holder the right to buy the underlying asset at a predetermined price, known as the strike price, before a specified expiration date. Put option. A put option gives the holder the right to sell the underlying asset at a predetermined price before a specified expiration date. Benefits of options for businesses. Risk management. Options can be used by businesses to manage risk by hedging against adverse price movements in the underlying asset. For example, a business that is exposed to fluctuations in the price of a commodity could purchase a put option to protect against a decline in price. Speculation. Businesses can also use options to speculate on price movements in the underlying asset. For example, a business that believes the price of a stock will rise could purchase a call option, potentially allowing them to profit if the price of the stock does indeed rise. Income generation. Options can also be used by businesses to generate income. For example, a business could sell call options on an underlying asset that they own, potentially allowing them to earn income from the option premiums. Flexibility. Options provide businesses with flexibility in their investment strategies. For example, businesses can use options to take advantage of short-term price movements in the underlying asset, without having to commit to a long-term investment. Limited risk. Options provide businesses with limited risk, as the maximum loss is limited to the premium paid for the option. This can be attractive to businesses that want to limit their exposure to risk. In summary, options provide businesses with a flexible and effective way to manage risk, speculate on price movements, and generate income. While there are potential downsides to options, such as the risk of loss if the price of the underlying asset moves against the business, options can be a valuable tool for businesses that want to take advantage of opportunities in the financial markets. Definitions and benefits of future. Futures are financial contracts that obligate the buyer to purchase an underlying asset at a specific price and date in the future. Futures contracts are commonly used by businesses to hedge against price fluctuations of commodities, currencies, and other assets. They are traded on exchanges and can be bought and sold like other financial instruments. Benefits of futures for businesses. Risk management. Futures contracts can be used to hedge against price risk, which is the risk of a change in the price of the underlying asset. For example, if a business is exposed to the price fluctuations of a commodity, such as oil, they can purchase a futures contract to lock in a future price, protecting against a potential increase in price. Price discovery. Futures markets provide a platform for price discovery, which is the process of determining the market price of an asset based on supply and demand. The price of futures contracts is determined by market participants, based on their expectations of future supply and demand. Standardization. Futures contracts are standardized, which means that they have standardized contract sizes, delivery dates, and settlement procedures. This provides businesses with a transparent and efficient way to manage risk. Leverage. Futures contracts provide businesses with leverage, which is the ability to control a large amount of an underlying asset with a relatively small amount of capital. This can be attractive to businesses that want to take advantage of market opportunities without committing a large amount of capital. Diversification. Futures contracts can be used by businesses to diversify their portfolios. For example, a business that is heavily invested in stocks can use futures contracts to gain exposure to other asset classes, such as commodities or currencies. Liquidity. Futures markets are highly liquid, which means that there are always buyers and sellers willing to trade. This provides businesses with the ability to enter and exit positions quickly and efficiently. In summary, futures contracts provide businesses with a way to manage risk, discover market prices, and gain exposure to different asset classes. While there are potential risks associated with futures, such as the risk of price movements that are unfavorable to the business, futures can be a valuable tool for businesses that want to take advantage of opportunities in the financial markets. Definitions and benefits of derivatives. Derivatives are financial instruments whose value is derived from an underlying asset or group of assets. There are several types of derivatives, including futures. As mentioned earlier, futures are contracts that obligate the buyer to purchase an underlying asset at a specific price and date in the future. Options. Options are contracts that give the buyer the right, but not the obligation, to buy or sell an underlying asset at a specific price and date in the future. There are two types of options: call options, which give the buyer the right to buy the underlying asset, and put options, which give the buyer the right to sell the underlying asset. Swaps. Swaps are contracts in which two parties agree to exchange cash flows based on different financial instruments. The most common type of swap is an interest rate swap, in which two parties exchange cash flows based on different interest rates. Forward contracts. Forward contracts are similar to futures contracts in that they obligate the buyer to purchase an underlying asset at a specific price and date in the future. However, forward contracts are not traded on exchanges and are typically customized to the needs of the parties involved. Benefits of derivatives for businesses. Risk management. Derivatives can be used by businesses to hedge against risk, such as price risk or interest rate risk. By using derivatives, businesses can protect themselves against adverse price movements and reduce their exposure to risk. Price discovery. Derivatives markets provide a platform for price discovery, which can be useful for businesses in determining the fair market value of assets. Customization. Derivatives can be customized to meet the specific needs of businesses. This allows businesses to tailor their risk management strategies to their individual needs and preferences. Leverage. Derivatives provide businesses with leverage, which can be useful in taking advantage of market opportunities without committing a large amount of capital. Diversification. Derivatives can be used by businesses to diversify their portfolios and gain exposure to different asset classes. Liquidity. Derivatives markets are highly liquid, which means that there are always buyers and sellers willing to trade. This provides businesses with the ability to enter and exit positions quickly and efficiently. In summary, derivatives can be a valuable tool for businesses in managing risk, discovering market prices, and gaining exposure to different asset classes. While there are potential risks associated with derivatives, such as the risk of counterparty default or price movements that are unfavorable to the business, derivatives can be an important part of a business's overall financial strategy. Why do a business name search before registration with the U.S. Secretary of State? Performing a business name search before registering your business is an essential step in the process of starting a new business. Here are some of the reasons why it's important. Avoid trademark infringement. By conducting a business name search, you can check whether your chosen name is already trademarked or if it infringes on someone else's intellectual property. If you use a name that's already trademarked, you may face legal action, which could lead to costly lawsuits, loss of revenue, and damage to your business reputation. Maintain professionalism. A name search can help you ensure that your chosen business name is professional and doesn't have any negative connotations associated with it. You don't want to choose a name that could be offensive to certain groups of people or that is too similar to an existing business name. Enhance branding. A business name search can also help you identify if there are other businesses with similar names in your industry, which could cause confusion among potential customers. By choosing a unique and memorable name, you can help enhance your branding efforts and stand out from the competition. Comply with state requirements. Some states have specific naming requirements for businesses. By conducting a name search, you can ensure that your chosen business name complies with the state's regulations and avoid any potential legal issues down the road. Overall, conducting a business name search is a crucial step in starting a business. It can help you avoid legal issues, maintain professionalism, enhance your branding efforts, and comply with state requirements. Why set up an official business address? Having an official business address can be very important for many reasons, especially if you own a small business or operate as a sole proprietor. Here are some benefits of having an official business address. Professional image. Having an official business address can give your business a professional image and help you build credibility with potential clients and customers. It makes your business look more established and trustworthy. Privacy. Using a separate address for your business can help protect your personal privacy. You can use the address of a virtual office or a mailbox rental service as your official business address instead of using your home address. Legal compliance. Many jurisdictions require businesses to have a physical address to register with the state or local government. Having an official business address can help you meet these requirements and avoid any legal complications. Marketing. Your official business address can be listed on your website, business cards, and marketing materials, which can help increase visibility and credibility for your business. Mail and package handling. If you use a virtual office or mailbox rental service, you can have mail and packages sent to your official business address, which can be sorted and forwarded to you. This can help you avoid missing important deliveries or having to give out your personal address. Having an official business address can help you establish a professional image, comply with legal requirements, and increase visibility and credibility for your business. Importance of U.S. Secretary of State Business License. A U.S. Secretary of State business license is a legal document that authorizes a business to operate within a specific state or jurisdiction. Obtaining a business license from the Secretary of State is important for several reasons. Legitimacy. A business license from the Secretary of State adds legitimacy to your business. It shows that your business is registered with the state and operating legally. Compliance. A business license from the Secretary of State ensures that your business is compliant with state regulations and requirements. This can include taxes, zoning, and other regulatory issues. Protection. A business license can protect your business from legal issues and potential lawsuits. It demonstrates that your business is operating within legal boundaries and can help shield it from liability. Access to resources. Obtaining a business license from the Secretary of State can also provide access to valuable resources and networks. This can include access to business development programs, funding opportunities, and networking events. Overall, obtaining a U.S. Secretary of State business license is an important step for any business looking to operate legally within a state or jurisdiction. It adds legitimacy, ensures compliance, provides protection, and can open up valuable resources and opportunities for growth. The importance of having an EIN. An EIN, or Employer Identification Number, is a unique 9-digit number assigned by the IRS to identify a business entity. Having an EIN is important for several reasons. Business identification. An EIN is used to identify your business to the IRS, other government agencies, and financial institutions. It is similar to that of a social security number for an individual. Tax purposes. An EIN is necessary for filing tax returns, paying taxes, and communicating with the IRS about tax-related matters. This includes federal income tax, payroll tax, and state tax. Hiring employees. If you plan to hire employees for your business, you will need an EIN to report employment taxes to the IRS. Opening a business bank account. Most banks require an EIN to open a business bank account. This allows you to separate your personal finances from your business finances, which is important for legal and tax purposes. Building business credit. An EIN is also important for building business credit. By establishing credit in your business name, you can improve your chances of getting loans and credit lines in the future. Overall, having an EIN is crucial for running a legitimate and organized business. It allows you to comply with tax laws, hire employees, open a business bank account, and establish credit in your business name. The importance of ITIN to foreign nationals. An ITIN, or Individual Taxpayer Identification Number, is a tax processing number assigned by the IRS to foreign nationals who are not eligible for a social security number but need to file a tax return in the United States. ITINs are important for several reasons. Tax filing. Foreign nationals who earn income in the United States are required to file a tax return, regardless of their immigration status. An ITIN allows them to comply with tax laws and file their tax returns. Claiming tax benefits. Foreign nationals who have an ITIN can claim tax benefits such as the child tax credit and the earned income tax credit if they meet certain eligibility criteria. Banking and credit. An ITIN can also be used to open a bank account and establish credit in the United States. This is important for foreign nationals who live and work in the U.S. and need access to financial services. Immigration status. An ITIN does not provide legal immigration status or work authorization in the United States. However, it can be used as proof of identity and help foreign nationals build a record of tax compliance, which may be useful in the future for immigration purposes. Overall, an ITIN is an important tool for foreign nationals who earn income in the United States and need to file a tax return. It allows them to comply with tax laws, claim tax benefits, and access financial services. The importance of have a 411 listing. A 411 listing, also known as a directory assistance listing, is a telephone directory service that provides contact information for individuals and businesses. Having a 411 listing can be important for several reasons. Accessibility. A 411 listing makes it easy for people to find your business contact information. This is especially important for those who may not have access to the internet or may prefer to use the telephone directory service. Credibility. Having a 411 listing can also add credibility to your business. It shows that your business is legitimate and can be found through official channels. Increased visibility. A 411 listing can increase your business's visibility and help it stand out from competitors who may not have a listing. Customer convenience. By having a 411 listing, you make it easier for customers to contact your business, which can help improve customer satisfaction and retention. Overall, a 411 listing can be an important part of your business's marketing and communication strategy, helping to increase accessibility, credibility, visibility, and customer convenience. Importance of website and social media presence. Having a website and social media presence can be incredibly important and beneficial for individuals and businesses alike. Here are some reasons why. Increased visibility. Having a website and social media presence allows you to reach a larger audience than you would be able to otherwise. With the internet being accessible to virtually everyone, having an online presence makes it easier for people to find and connect with you. Improved credibility. A professional-looking website and social media accounts can help establish your credibility and authority in your industry. This can be especially important for businesses, as customers are more likely to trust and buy from a company that has a strong online presence. Enhanced customer engagement. Social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram allow you to engage with your customers and followers on a more personal level. This can help build relationships and loyalty, and provide valuable feedback and insights. Increased sales and revenue. By having a website and social media presence, you can promote your products and services to a larger audience and drive more traffic to your website. This can result in increased sales and revenue for your business. Cost-effective marketing. Compared to traditional advertising methods, having a website and social media presence can be a cost-effective way to promote your business. Many social media platforms are free to use, and website hosting costs can be relatively low. 24/7 availability. Unlike a physical store or office, a website and social media accounts are accessible 24/7. This means that potential customers can learn about your business and make purchases at any time, regardless of your business hours. Overall, having a website and social media presence can be essential for businesses and individuals who want to establish themselves online, reach a wider audience, and engage with their customers and followers in a meaningful way. Importance of having a business checking account. Having a business checking account is essential for managing your business finances effectively. Here are some reasons why it's important to have one. Separation of business and personal finances. One of the most important reasons to have a business checking account is to keep your business finances separate from your personal finances. This makes it easier to track your business expenses and income, and can help simplify your accounting and tax preparation. Professionalism. Having a separate business checking account can help establish your business as a professional entity, and can make it easier to build trust with customers, vendors, and lenders. Access to banking services. Having a business checking account gives you access to a range of banking services, including online and mobile banking, bill pay, and debit cards. This can help you manage your cash flow, pay bills, and make purchases more efficiently. Improved record keeping. By using a business checking account, you can more easily track your business expenses and income, which can help you make better financial decisions and stay organized come tax time. Opportunity to build credit. Having a business checking account can also help you build your business credit score, which can be important if you ever need to borrow money or apply for credit in the future. Overall, having a business checking account is essential for any business owner who wants to manage their finances effectively, build credibility, and access a range of banking services. Importance of having a business saving and merchant account. In addition to having a business checking account, there are two other types of accounts that can be important for managing your business finances effectively: a business savings account and a merchant account. Here are some reasons why. Business savings account. A business savings account can be a great way to set aside money for future expenses or to earn interest on your business funds. By keeping your savings separate from your checking account, you can avoid accidentally spending money that you had earmarked for a specific purpose. Merchant account. A merchant account is a type of bank account that allows businesses to accept credit and debit card payments from customers. By accepting electronic payments, you can increase your sales and make it easier for customers to do business with you. Additionally, many merchant account providers offer tools to help manage your payments, track sales, and prevent fraud. Improved cash flow management. By having a business savings account and merchant account, you can more effectively manage your cash flow. For example, you can use your savings account to set aside money for large purchases or unexpected expenses, and use your merchant account to accept payments more quickly and efficiently. Increased credibility. Like a business checking account, having a business savings account and merchant account can help establish your business as a professional entity and build credibility with customers, vendors, and lenders. Opportunities for growth. By having a savings account and merchant account, you may be able to take advantage of opportunities for business growth that you might not otherwise be able to pursue. For example, you might be able to invest in new equipment or expand your product offerings with the extra cash flow generated by your merchant account. Overall, having a business savings account and merchant account can be essential for managing your business finances effectively, improving your cash flow, and taking advantage of opportunities for growth. Importance of knowing your standard industry classification code, SIC. Knowing your standard industry classification, SIC, code can be important for a number of reasons, including the following. Accurate industry classification. The SIC code system was developed by the federal government to classify businesses based on their primary activities. By knowing your SIC code, you can ensure that your business is accurately classified and can be more easily compared to other businesses in your industry. Access to industry data. Many industry reports and datasets are organized by a SIC code, making it easier to compare your business to others in your industry. By knowing your SIC code, you can more easily access and analyze industry data to help inform your business decisions. Compliance with government regulations. Some government regulations and reporting requirements may be tied to specific SIC codes. By knowing your SIC code, you can ensure that you are in compliance with any relevant regulations and can avoid potential penalties. Improved marketing and networking. By knowing your SIC code, you can more easily identify potential customers and partners in your industry. This can be helpful for marketing your products or services and building a network of contacts in your field. Easier access to funding. Some lenders and investors may be more likely to work with businesses in certain industries. By knowing your SIC code, you can more easily identify potential sources of funding that are familiar with your industry and may be more willing to invest in your business. Overall, knowing your SIC code can be important for accurately classifying your business, accessing industry data, complying with regulations, improving marketing and networking, and accessing funding. Importance of North America Industry Classification System, NAICS code. Knowing your North American Industry Classification System, NAICS, code can be important for a number of reasons, including the following. Accurate industry classification. The NAICS code system is used to classify businesses by industry across North America, including the United States, Canada, and Mexico. By knowing your NAICS code, you can ensure that your business is accurately classified and can be more easily compared to other businesses in your industry. Access to industry data. Many industry reports and datasets are organized by NAICS code, making it easier to compare your business to others in your industry. By knowing your NAICS code, you can more easily access and analyze industry data to help inform your business decisions. Compliance with government regulations. Some government regulations and reporting requirements may be tied to specific NAICS codes. By knowing your NAICS code, you can ensure that you are in compliance with any relevant regulations and can avoid potential penalties. Improved marketing and networking. By knowing your NAICS code, you can more easily identify potential customers and partners in your industry. This can be helpful for marketing your products or services and building a network of contacts in your field. Easier access to funding. Some lenders and investors may be more likely to work with businesses in certain industries. By knowing your NAICS code, you can more easily identify potential sources of funding that are familiar with your industry and may be more willing to invest in your business. The NAICS system was developed by the United States, Canada, and Mexico to provide a common method of classifying businesses across North America. It was first introduced in 1997 and has been updated periodically to reflect changes in the economy and business practices. Overall, knowing your NAICS code can be important for accurately classifying your business, accessing industry data, complying with regulations, improving marketing and networking, and accessing funding. Importance of business listing with Duns & Bradstreet. Dun & Bradstreet, DNB, is a business information and credit reporting company that provides a range of services to businesses of all sizes. One of its key offerings is its business credit reporting service, which allows businesses to establish credit profiles and provides information to lenders and suppliers to help them assess the creditworthiness of potential business partners. Some of the key benefits of businesses listing with DNB include establishing a credit profile. By listing your business with DNB, you can establish a credit profile that can be used by lenders and suppliers to assess your creditworthiness. This can be especially helpful for newer businesses that may not have an established credit history. Access to business information. DNB maintains a large database of business information that can be useful for research and analysis. By listing your business with DNB, you can access this information and use it to inform your business decisions. Improved credibility. Listing your business with DNB can help establish your business as a credible entity. This can be helpful when applying for credit or seeking new business relationships. Increased visibility. D&B's database is widely used by businesses and organizations, so listing your business can increase your visibility and potentially lead to new business opportunities. Increased transparency. D&B's credit ratings and other business information can provide a level of transparency that can help build trust with potential customers and partners. By listing your business with D&B, you can demonstrate a commitment to transparency and accountability. Dun & Bradstreet was founded in 1841 by Lewis Tappan and John Bradstreet as a credit information agency for the mercantile industry. Over the years, the company expanded its services to include a range of business information and credit reporting services. Today, D&B serves businesses of all sizes and operates in more than 200 countries around the world. Importance of Equifax business listing. Equifax is a global credit reporting agency that provides credit information and other business services to help companies manage risk and make informed decisions. One of its key offerings is its business credit reporting service, which allows businesses to establish credit profiles and provides information to lenders and suppliers to help them assess the creditworthiness of potential business partners. The importance of having a business listing with Equifax includes establishing a credit profile. By listing your business with Equifax, you can establish a credit profile that can be used by lenders and suppliers to assess your creditworthiness. This can be especially helpful for newer businesses that may not have an established credit history. Access to business information. Equifax maintains a large database of business information that can be useful for research and analysis. By listing your business with Equifax, you can access this information and use it to inform your business decisions. Improved credibility. Listing your business with Equifax can help establish your business as a credible entity. This can be helpful when applying for credit or seeking new business relationships. Increased visibility. Equifax's database is widely used by businesses and organizations, so listing your business can increase your visibility and potentially lead to new business opportunities. Increased transparency. Equifax's credit ratings and other business information can provide a level of transparency that can help build trust with potential customers and partners. By listing your business with Equifax, you can demonstrate a commitment to transparency and accountability. Equifax was founded in 1899 as the retail credit company. Over the years, the company evolved to become one of the largest credit reporting agencies in the world, serving consumers and businesses in more than 24 countries. Today, Equifax is a publicly traded company with a market capitalization of over $13 billion. Importance of Experian business listing. Experian is a global information services company that provides businesses with data and analytics to help them make informed decisions. Experian offers a range of services, including credit reporting, marketing services, and fraud prevention, among others. One of its key offerings is its business credit reporting service, which allows businesses to establish credit profiles and provides information to lenders and suppliers to help them assess the creditworthiness of potential business partners. The importance of having a business listing with Experian includes establishing a credit profile. By listing your business with Experian, you can establish a credit profile that can be used by lenders and suppliers to assess your creditworthiness. This can be especially helpful for newer businesses that may not have an established credit history. Access to business information. Experian maintains a large database of business information that can be useful for research and analysis. By listing your business with Experian, you can access this information and use it to inform your business decisions. Improved credibility. Listing your business with Experian can help establish your business as a credible entity. This can be helpful when applying for credit or seeking new business relationships. Increased visibility. Experian's database is widely used by businesses and organizations, so listing your business can increase your visibility and potentially lead to new business opportunities. Increased transparency. Experian's credit ratings and other business information can provide a level of transparency that can help build trust with potential customers and partners. By listing your business with Experian, you can demonstrate a commitment to transparency and accountability. Experian was founded in 1980 as CCN Systems, a provider of credit reporting services. Over the years, the company grew through a series of acquisitions and mergers, eventually becoming one of the largest credit reporting agencies in the world. Today, Experian operates in more than 40 countries and serves businesses of all sizes, from small startups to large multinational corporations. Importance of having a Paydex score. Paydex is a business credit score provided by Dun & Bradstreet, DNB, a global business information company. The Paydex score is a numerical representation of a business's payment history, ranging from 0 to 100. It is calculated based on the number of days it takes a business to pay its bills, with a higher score indicating a better payment history. The importance of having a Paydex business score includes access to credit. A high Paydex score can make it easier for businesses to obtain credit from lenders and suppliers. Many lenders and suppliers use the Paydex score as a tool to assess the creditworthiness of a business. Competitive advantage. A high Paydex score can give a business a competitive advantage by demonstrating its reliability and financial stability. This can be especially important when competing for new business opportunities. Better payment terms. A high Paydex score can lead to better payment terms from suppliers and lenders, including lower interest rates and longer payment periods. Improved cash flow. By maintaining a high Paydex score and paying bills on time, businesses can improve their cash flow by avoiding late fees and other penalties. Improved creditworthiness. A high Paydex score can help establish a business's creditworthiness and build trust with potential customers and partners. In summary, the Paydex score is an important tool for businesses to establish and maintain their creditworthiness. By maintaining a high Paydex score, businesses can access credit, gain a competitive advantage, improve payment terms, and demonstrate their financial stability to potential customers and partners. Importance, benefits, and relevance of bank relations. Bank relations refer to the ongoing communication and interactions between a business and its banking partners. The importance, benefits, and relevance of bank relations for businesses are as follows. Access to funding. A strong relationship with a bank can provide a business with access to funding, including loans, lines of credit, and other financial products. By maintaining open communication and a positive relationship with their bank, businesses can improve their chances of obtaining funding when needed. Financial advice. Banks can offer businesses financial advice and guidance on issues such as cash flow management, investment strategies, and risk management. By building a strong relationship with their bank, businesses can tap into this expertise and benefit from the bank's knowledge and experience. Risk management. Banks can help businesses manage financial risks, such as currency fluctuations and interest rate changes. By working closely with their bank, businesses can develop strategies to mitigate these risks and protect their financial interests. Payment processing. Banks offer payment processing services that allow businesses to accept payments from customers. By maintaining a positive relationship with their bank, businesses can ensure that these services are reliable, secure, and meet their needs. Reputation management. A positive relationship with a bank can enhance a business's reputation in the eyes of customers and investors. A bank that is willing to lend to a business and provide financial services is seen as a sign of credibility and financial stability. In summary, bank relations are important for businesses because they provide access to funding, financial advice, risk management, payment processing, and can enhance a business's reputation. By maintaining strong relationships with their banking partners, businesses can benefit from these services and improve their overall financial performance. Importance, benefits, and relevance of local credit unions. Credit unions are financial institutions that are owned and controlled by their members, and they offer a range of financial products and services, including business loans, savings accounts, and merchant services. The importance, benefits, and relevance of credit unions for businesses are as follows. Lower fees and interest rates. Credit unions are typically able to offer lower fees and interest rates on loans and other financial products than traditional banks. This can be particularly beneficial for small businesses that may not have access to the same financing options as larger corporations. Personalized service. Credit unions often provide more personalized service than traditional banks. Because they are owned and operated by their members, credit unions are often more willing to work with individual businesses to find financing solutions that meet their unique needs. Community-focused. Credit unions are often community-focused and can provide businesses with a sense of connection to their local community. By supporting a credit union, businesses can help to strengthen their local economy and build stronger ties with their customers and other businesses in the area. Non-profit structure. Credit unions are not-for-profit organizations, which means they are not focused on generating profits for shareholders. Instead, credit unions are focused on providing high-quality financial services to their members. This can translate into lower fees and better rates for businesses. Access to shared resources. Many credit unions are part of a larger network that provides shared resources, such as ATMs, branch offices, and online banking services. This can make it easier for businesses to manage their finances and access banking services, even when they are outside of their local area. In summary, credit unions can be an attractive option for businesses because they offer lower fees and interest rates, personalized service, community focus, nonprofit structure, and access to shared resources. By working with a credit union, businesses can often find financing solutions that meet their unique needs and support their financial goals. Importance, benefits, and types of business trade lines. Business trade lines refer to credit accounts that a business has established with its vendors and suppliers. The importance, benefits, and relevance of business trade lines and the types of trade lines available are as follows. Importance and benefits. Establishing creditworthiness. Business trade lines are an important way for businesses to establish creditworthiness. By paying their bills on time and managing their trade accounts responsibly, businesses can demonstrate their ability to manage credit and may be able to qualify for larger loans and lines of credit in the future. Building a strong credit profile. Business trade lines can help businesses build a strong credit profile, which can be attractive to lenders and investors. A strong credit profile can lead to more favorable financing terms and can help businesses secure funding more easily. Improving cash flow. Business trade lines can help businesses improve their cash flow by allowing them to purchase goods and services on credit and pay for them later. This can be particularly helpful for businesses that need to make large purchases or that have seasonal cash flow fluctuations. Relationship building. Business trade lines can also help businesses build relationships with their vendors and suppliers. By establishing a positive payment history, businesses can strengthen these relationships and may be able to negotiate better pricing or terms in the future. Access to trade credit. Business trade lines are an important source of trade credit, which can be easier to obtain than traditional bank loans. Trade credit can be a valuable financing option for businesses that need to purchase inventory or supplies on credit. Types of business trade lines. Vendor trade lines. These are credit accounts that a business has established with its suppliers and vendors, allowing the business to purchase goods and services on credit. Business credit cards. Business credit cards are a type of revolving credit that can be used to make purchases or pay for expenses. Equipment financing. Equipment financing is a type of credit that can be used to purchase equipment or machinery for a business. Retail store credit lines. Retail store credit lines are credit accounts that a business has established with retail stores, allowing the business to purchase goods on credit. Leasing and rental accounts. Leasing and rental accounts are credit accounts that a business has established with leasing or rental companies, allowing the business to rent or lease equipment or other assets. History of business trade lines industry. The business trade line industry has been around for decades, and it has grown in importance as more businesses rely on credit to fund their operations. The trade line industry has evolved to include a range of services that can help businesses establish and manage their trade lines, including credit monitoring, credit reporting, and trade line management tools. There are now many companies that specialize in providing these services, businesses of all sizes, making it easier for businesses to establish and manage their trade lines and build strong credit profiles. The market to help foreign nationals and locals set up businesses in the U.S. is a viable one, as there is a growing demand for these services. Starting a business in the U.S. can be a complex process, especially for foreign nationals who may not be familiar with the legal and regulatory requirements. As a result, there is a need for professional services to help guide individuals through the process. The decision by Global Capital Inc., Pitch Deck 101 LLC and 10X BNM LLC to support locals and foreign nationals set business in the U.S. is based on research is not only profitable but necessary for the many foreign nationals that struggle trying to properly set up their businesses. There are several factors that make this market viable. A growing number of foreign nationals are interested in starting businesses in the U.S., The US has a strong economy and a favorable business climate, which makes it an attractive destination for entrepreneurs from around the world. As a result, there is a growing demand for services that can help foreign nationals navigate the process of starting a business in the US. Complex legal and regulatory requirements. The process of starting a business in the US can be complicated, with many legal and regulatory requirements that must be met. Foreign nationals may be unfamiliar with these requirements, which can make it difficult for them to navigate the process on their own. The need for specialized expertise. Setting up a business in the US requires specialized expertise in areas such as legal compliance, taxation, and business registration. Professional services that specialize in helping foreign nationals and locals set up businesses in the US can provide this expertise, which can be invaluable for those who are unfamiliar with the process. Overall, the market to help foreign nationals and locals set up businesses in the US is a viable one, with a growing demand for these services. As the US continues to attract entrepreneurs from around the world, the need for professional services to guide them through the process of starting a business in the US is likely to continue to grow. The above give a detailed outline of 21 steps to start and scale a US-based business. Contact any of our companies to learn more and get support to set up your business in the United States of America. Master the sales communication process. To realize clinical precision and optimum impact in targeting your brand, you must position yourself to become a master at applying the sales communication process. To master the art of applying the sales communication process, you must master the art and science behind building strong brands, strategically align the BVP to the ideal client, and master the art of projecting your value offer in front of the ideal client, your team, and the public. Your value offer should have 4 strategic points of impact, that is examined below. It should be noted that your value offer is not about your ego to give people what you think is good for them, but it is rather about your ability to study people needs at a micro or macro level, develop and align specific value propositions that speaks to the pain points of the ideal client. That value proposition that is being tabled must be relevant to the target market, must have urgency and immediacy to the market must be accessible, willing, and ready to pay for your value offer for the process to make solid business sense. The right sales communication professional can predetermine the market accessibility, needs, wants and expectations and ability to invest in your value proposition before the products or services are introduced to the market. This ability to be market-oriented and sensitive can save the SCPs, managers and business owners time, money, and unnecessary stress. The right sales communication professionals will enable your management team to identify the firm or business, MVO, or minimum viable offer that can then be packaged for the MVTM, minimum viable target market. This process enables brand leaders to target the client with clinical precision and less noise and distraction, reduce the cost of doing business, reduce time waste and optimizes client impact and conversion. The MVO, or minimum viable offer, now becomes your SPCT, or sales pitch conversion tactics. It is important to recognize that all attempts to leverage the SPCT will be heavily influenced by the known, liked, and trusted factors of sales, your ability to leverage the influencer models, connect and build solid relations with the specific target audience. So, your management team must quickly identify the shortest route to break down market barriers, bring down client resistance, position your MVO in the minds of the client and optimize how your brand is known, liked, and trusted in the market. Your ability to apply the ideal client predictability formula is heavily influenced by how well you understand and can use the absolute biodata markers to collect sensitive data, analyze sensitive data and apply sensitive data about your ideal client. The art and science of the sales communication process is grounded in a true and complete understanding of what is your business value proposition and how that, BVP, aligns to the ideal clients that are highly motivated to pay for your products and services or support the growth and expansion of your brand. Most, if not all, businesses should build their business value proposition to have 4 important points of impact. Those points of impact are shown as follows. The value proposition should have strong impact on the client. The value proposition should have strong impact on the workforce. The value proposition should have strong impact on the general public and key public figures. The value proposition should have impact on the business cash flow and how it leverage excess liquidity. Each of these BVPs must be separated and fully developed before reintegrating them into a fully functional ecosystem that can easily position your business to have the strongest chance to make local and international impact. Most businesses fail because the business value proposition is not strong enough at any of the 4 levels to command attention, pique interest, arouse desire, move the client into action, and make impact. Corporate brand recognition and how to impact the client. To impact your clients, you can consider the following strategies. Invest time, talent, and resources to know and understand your target market using the absolute bio-data markers proposed in this book. Innovate products and services, build your sales pitch conversion tactics based on demographic, psychographic, and geographic data. Provide excellent customer service, make sure your clients feel valued and appreciated by providing exceptional customer service. Respond to their inquiries and concerns in a timely and professional manner and go the extra mile to exceed their expectations. Build strong relationships. Focus on building long-term relationships with your clients by being transparent, honest, and reliable. Stay in touch regularly to check in on their needs and offer support. Deliver quality products or services. Ensure that your products or services meet or exceed your clients' expectations. Strive for quality in every aspect of your business, from product design to customer support. Listen to feedback, solicit feedback from your clients regularly and take their suggestions and concerns seriously. Use this feedback to improve your products or services and show your clients that you value their opinion. Offer personalized solutions. Understand your clients' unique needs and offer customized solutions that address their specific challenges. This will demonstrate that you care about their success and are committed to helping them achieve their goals. By implementing these strategies, you can positively impact your clients and build a loyal customer base that will help grow your business. Corporate brand recognition and how to impact the workforce. To impact the workforce, you can consider the following strategies. These recommendations come after careful consideration of pre- and post-financial risk management assessments. The views expressed are representative of the thoughts and mindset of private equity investors who understand forward, future, option, and swap derivatives and some of the smartest ways to protect financial instruments and fix asset-based investments. Modern, competitive, and proactive industrial leaders look at things like corporate cash flow protection programs. The CCFPP is a crisis management system that provides a cushion that protects business cash flow before, during, and after most natural and man-made crises. Modern, competitive, and proactive industrial leaders look at things like corporate paycheck protection programs. This CPPP is a crisis management system that provides paycheck protection, in times of crisis, to all employees without affecting the firm's primary sources of income. Modern, competitive, and proactive industrial leaders look at things like personal paycheck protection programs. This PPPP is an agreement between management and the workforce that provides added cushion cash flow protection in times of national or global crisis. This too is a unique crisis management system. Invest in employee development. Provide your employees with training and development opportunities that align with your organization's goals and values. This will help your employees feel valued and invested in their work, which can lead to increased productivity and job satisfaction. Encourage open communication. Create a culture of open communication where employees feel comfortable sharing their ideas, concerns, and feedback. This will help build trust and improve collaboration, leading to better problem-solving and decision-making. Foster a positive work environment. Encourage a positive work culture by recognizing and rewarding hard work, promoting teamwork and collaboration, and providing opportunities for employees to socialize and build relationships. Offer competitive compensation and benefits. Ensure that your employees are paid fairly and have access to comprehensive benefits packages that align with industry standards. This will help attract and retain top talent and foster a sense of loyalty among your employees. Emphasize diversity and inclusion. Create a diverse and inclusive workforce where everyone feels valued and respected regardless of their background or identity. This will help promote innovation and creativity, improve decision-making, and foster a positive work culture. By implementing these strategies, you can positively impact your workforce and create a culture of success and growth. Corporate brand recognition and how to impact the public. To impact the public, you can consider the following strategies. Build a strong brand. Develop a clear and consistent brand identity that reflects your organization's values, mission, and unique selling proposition. This will help you stand out from the competition and make a lasting impression on the public. Engage in public relations. Develop relationships with media outlets and engage in public relations activities that can help you reach a broader audience. This may include issuing press releases, sponsoring events, or pitching stories to journalists. Provide thought leadership. Establish your organization as a thought leader in your industry by publishing insightful content, participating in industry events, and sharing your expertise through speaking engagements and interviews. Use social media effectively. Leverage social media platforms to engage with the public, build relationships, and promote your brand. Use a mix of organic and paid strategies to reach a wider audience and drive engagement. Give back to the community. Demonstrate your organization's commitment to social responsibility by supporting local causes and charitable organizations. This will help you build goodwill and establish a positive reputation in the community. By implementing these strategies, you can positively impact the public and build a strong brand that resonates with your target audience. Corporate brand recognition and how to leverage excess liquidity. If your business has excess liquidity, meaning that you have more cash than you need to operate your business, there are several ways you can leverage it to improve your financial position and achieve your business goals. Here are some strategies to consider. Invest in your business. You can use your excess liquidity to invest in your business by expanding your operations, upgrading your equipment or technology, or hiring new staff. These investments can help you improve efficiency, increase productivity, and drive growth. Pay off debt. If you have outstanding debt, using your excess liquidity to pay it off can help you reduce your interest expenses and improve your creditworthiness. This can make it easier for you to secure financing in the future and access better terms. Make strategic acquisitions. Consider using your excess liquidity to acquire other businesses or assets that can help you expand your operations, diversify your revenue streams, or gain a competitive advantage. Make sure you conduct thorough due diligence and seek professional advice to ensure that any acquisitions align with your strategic goals. Invest in financial instruments. You can invest your excess liquidity in financial instruments such as stocks, bonds, or mutual funds. This can help you earn a return on your cash and diversify your investment portfolio. Make sure you understand the risks and consult with a financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Distribute excess cash to shareholders. If your business is structured as a corporation, you can distribute excess cash to shareholders in the form of dividends. This can provide a return on investment to shareholders and improve your company's stock performance. By leveraging your excess liquidity in these ways, you can improve your financial position and achieve your business goals. Make sure you consider your options carefully and seek professional advice to ensure that you make informed decisions that align with your long-term strategy. Corporate and personal branding. 5 important sales communication objectives. 1. Best practices to be known by your team, client, and the public. 2. Best practices to be liked by your team, client, and public. 3. Best practices to be trusted by your team, client, and public. 4. Best practice to master the influencer models and 5. Best practices to make and master the sales. Sales communication objective number 1. How do you want your business to be known by your team, your client, and the public? The ability to build strong corporate and personal brand identity is everything in the landscape of doing business. This tells your team, client, and the public who you are and help them see and know traits and characteristics about your brand that they can reject or identify with and embrace. Savvy sales communication professionals are very gifted at shaping public opinions towards your products, services, and brands. They research the target market needs. Design corporate strategies to impact the target group or group. And implement sales communication best practices to influence desired responses from the ideal client, the public, and your workforce. The effective application of their knowledge often leads to the success of many top 100 companies like Walmart, JP Morgan Chase, ExxonMobil, and the like. Your sales communication professional ability to identify the target market needs, wants, and expectations develop clear strategies to appeal to the interest of the client and implement strong sales communication processes that shapes how the clients, the public and the workforce respond to your corporate and personal brand identity are vital first steps to consider when attempting to drive the success of your business. The right sales communication professionals are the ones who will study your brand or develop your brand identity, identify growth opportunities, build your business growth and expansion plans, then take practical steps to integrate your brand locally, nationally, regionally, and internationally. Your team members or workforce, clients and members of the public may refer to your brand as premium, complementary, or supplementary brands. Successful brands are brands that have clear, strong, and well-developed identifiable characteristics that impact the organization or firm at 4 distinct and different levels. Strong brands show practical steps to influence and impact the following areas of your business or firm. It shows how to impact the workforce. It shows how to impact the specific target market. It shows how to impact the public and it shows how to impact the business potential to cash flow. Get a copy of the book Manager's Toolkit by Gary Thompson to learn more about these 4 impact strategies. The traits and characteristics of strong and successful brands make them easier for the potential team or workforce, clients, and influential members of the public to predetermine whether your brand is a good fit for them to support. Premium brands. Premium brands are often the brands that stand out in the market as giants or as the better brands. It is perceived to provide prestige to the end users, be more expensive, last longer, and provide more value for your money. Premium brands that are small and local may have limited success, but may never reach their full growth potential. Their growth potential may be stifled because of limited business know-how, vision, leadership, access to capital, access to markets, and failure to have the right sales communication professionals on their side. For example, I am familiar with a local pastry vendor who operates in the heart of the city that has mastered the process of producing exceptional pastries products. Pastries that do wonders for your taste buds and easily stimulate the appetite for more. This vendor has been in operation at this location for many years and without a doubt has developed clear standards in how aspects of the brand are presented to the public. The vendor product, in my professional opinion, is a premium brand. But despite the many years in operation and the quality in production, the business has shown no steady growth, not because there is no growth potential, but because of other factors that may appear to be outside of the brand leader's scope of control. The right sales communication professionals and private equity investors can easily take this vendor pastry operation to a multi-million-dollar business. For example, partial objective observation shows that this vendor attracts over 100 clients daily that invest approximately $600 GYD daily in pastries products. Within a few hours, this vendor can earn between $60,000 and $100,000 GYD with less than 0.1% of the market share. The market size with locals and foreign nationals is estimated to be approximately 500,000 consumers. The ability to capture 1% of this market at the current rate of spending by the specific target market, this business can be easily positioned to earn over $3 million GYD daily. A 5% market share at the same rate of spending can position this vendor's brand to earn more than $15 million GYD or $75,000 daily. Complementary brands. Complementary brands may not be the giants in the room, but they are able to add aesthetic value that enhance the looks and feel of your ambience. Imagine you are the owner/manager of a 5-star restaurant and you have clients who have grown accustomed to your restaurant style of cooking. Because of the known, liked and trusted you have established in their mind of this client base, they regularly request the restaurant to cater for special occasions like weddings, corporate functions, and political social gatherings. Many thanks to the standard the 5-star chefs have upheld in your restaurant. However, on this occasion in June 2032, when the ruling Republican political party requested a special order for 500 guests, 5 out of 15 of your 5-star chef fell ill around the same time and are unable to support in fulfilling the order. The client is distinctive, the order is big, and the financial gain makes doing business rewarding. The last thing you would consider doing is turning the order down, because this plays directly into brand confidence, trust, and credibility in the known, liked and trust your brand has developed over many years. The challenge is that you now must provide the regular daily meals for your usual clientele and now that of fulfilling the order by the Republican Party, with 5 less staff members. Finding five-star chef to support the kitchen within the window of time would have proved difficult if the head chef did not have a job rotation and flex time emergency system in place. The head chef had several 3- and 4-star chefs that they have trained over several years who could have easily complemented the work of the absentee's 5-star chefs. While their services will not replace the excellence in the absentees, it will come close to doing so. Thanks to the short and long-term thinking of management, they were able to save the day by replacing the 5-star chefs with several qualified complementary 3- and 4-star chefs to cater to the needs of the Republican Party, uphold its tradition and the known, liked, and trust they have built in the public eyes over many years. Supplementary brands. Supplementary brands like Chrysler's that cost about $34,000 provides a high level of conveniences to the end users. They may not be premium brands like Mercedes-Benz that cost about $144,000, but they are able to stand out on their own and provide similar functions like premium brands. Supplementary brands, for example, give you the opportunity to choose between buying a Mercedes-Benz that is very expensive and that of a Chrysler that performs in similar manners but is much cheaper. The Chrysler is a highly functional vehicle that stands on its own, without the prestige of the Mercedes-Benz. It costs far less than the Benz, but it has good looks and feel, strong ambience and aesthetic and projects value that makes a statement of beauty. It enables you to attain beauty, charm, and elegance without having to invest exorbitant amounts to feel that you are fitting into the lifestyle of the rich and famous. Researchers and savvy corporate leaders know that product types and brands classifications are strongly influenced to reflect the consumer's economics and behavioral determinant of demands. Researchers like the SCP collect, study, and leverage sensitive demographic, psychographic, and geographic data to direct all their business decisions. The way your brand is perceived by your team, clients, and the public matters, because it literally influences who works for you, who buys from you, and how influential members of the public leverage their talents and connection to support your business development. The sales communication professional. Sales communication professionals play a very important role in shaping public opinion and influencing positive public buy-in to your products, services, and brands. The role of the SCP and their ability to influence positive public response should never be underestimated. This group of sales professional uses data in a market-sensitive manner to identify your ideal clients' needs, wants and expectations, identify the potential client's ability to pay and then leverage that data to influence innovation of products and services that correlates 101% to the ideal client absolute bio data markers, ABDM. Can you imagine being able to predict the future of your business growth potential based on your understanding of people behavioral and economic determinants of demands? The ABDM model gives you the tools to accurately predict how specific target group is likely to respond to your value offer. The predictability factors consider issues like market strength, weaknesses, opportunity, and threat analysis, political, economic, social, and technological analysis and demographic, psychographics and geographics factors that influence the purchasing decision. The steps you take to build a strong brand and then position it to be known are essential first steps that you need to consider when doing business. Being known is important, but how you build and position your brand or business to positively influence your team, client, and the public has greater importance. Modern and smart corporate leaders are aware of the importance of being market-oriented, market-sensitive, and intentional when it comes to developing a strong value proposition to impact the lives of their team members, their clients, and the public. It is this heightened awareness that inspires them to develop corporate cultures that impact the lives of the workforce, in a manner that reduces absenteeism and staff turnover, in a manner that increases productivity and profitability, and in a manner that inspires the workforce to feel, see, and know they are a part of an institution that truly cares about them. It is the same acute awareness that also drives them to leverage the right research toolkits that enable them to innovate products and services that impact and influence positive responses from their ideal clients. When smart corporate leaders adopt and apply market-oriented and market-sensitive approaches to doing business, this also impacts key members of the public. For example, social, community and institutional leaders that can influence how clients/consumers and other members of the public respond to your brand. Strong brand leaders, like the sales communication professional, take the time to understand the client needs, wants and expectations and their dreams, hopes and aspirations. They are data-driven and intentional when it comes to shaping public opinion and influencing desired results with the sales communication process. Sensitive data about your team, clients, and the public are vital in any attempt to shape public opinion and position your brand to be known, liked, and trusted. Well-developed brands are guided by a concept we referred to as the absolute bio-data markers, ABDM. Data that represents sensitive details about the client. The effective use of this data can and will have a positive impact on how your business appeals to and connects with the ideal client and how it is known, liked, and trusted. Brand development and strategic brand positioning, using the ABDM model, will give you the opportunity to command attention, pique interest, arouse desire, move potential clients into action, make impact, and convert clients with greater ease. Clients respond to value propositions and corporate cultures that best align to their lifestyle, cultural, and social class needs. When corporate and personal brands are developed with these factors in mind, it attracts better response from the sales communication efforts. The sales communication process, as proposed in this book, is built out from the concept referred to as the absolute bio-data markers. The absolute bio-data markers leverages multiple market research toolkits that capture demographic, psychographic, and geographic data about the ideal client. This accumulated data is then used to build a strong value proposition or corporate culture to influence the success of your business. The absence of a strong value proposition, corporate and personal brand identity can and will undermine the sales communication objectives, undermine the business growth, and undermine the business potential to cash flow maximized. The very first sales communication objective management should strive to realize is to be known. Management should clearly define how they want the corporate and personal brand to be known by the workforce, the client, and the public. How to impact the workforce. Does the way your workforce sees your corporate culture matter? Highly educated people who are known, liked, and trusted by the public, that have the confidence in their abilities and are truly able to optimize your business growth, would be very selective in how and where they allocate their time, talent, and resources. Their motivation to get involved and support a process of development looks beyond the dollar sign. They consider the entire ecosystem of doing business, meaning they look at corporate activities and policies and how they affect people, communities, and the environment. Culture is everything, and corporate leadership must commit the time and resources to initiate corporate cultures that have the strongest effect on the potential workforce and other critical partners. Corporate management ability to design and elevate a strong corporate culture in the minds of the workforce will have multiple positive effects on staff motivation. The strongest of cultures will be built out to impact the lives of the workforce/team dynamics at three different levels. It will impact their personal life, family life, and corporate life. Research shows that people function better in every area of their lives when they have clear personal, family, and corporate goals. These goals set the stage that enable them to have predictability and purpose, and when that predictability and purpose is built out into a game plan and is supported and sponsored by corporate leadership, the positive effect on the workforce is immeasurable. This type of corporate culture will clearly communicate to the workforce/team dynamics, management willingness to see them as a three and not a one-dimensional human being that is only fit for work and drive productivity. Staff motivation is vital to the growth, expansion, and sustainability of your business. The cost associated with initiating these types of corporate culture can have marginal negative effects on the business cash flow when the right minds are in the boardroom. In fact, the right financial advisors/private equity investors can convert what might be perceived as a massive expenditure into a massive income earning opportunity for the business. Pitch Deck 101 LLC and 10X Branding and Marketing LLC out of New York provide this type of full house business support to businesses. Research analysis shows that many businesses across the world during the 2021 to 2022 global pandemic placed their employees on job rotation, downsized the workforce, or closed doors. All of which would have had immense negative effects on the workforce. Proactive corporate leaders were able to cushion and navigate the negative effects of the pandemic by thinking ahead, seeing beyond problems, and by taking informed actions to protect the interest of their businesses and their workforce. For example, they developed, prior to the pandemic, corporate cash flow protection programs. They developed, prior to the pandemic, corporate paycheck protection programs. They developed, prior to the pandemic, personal paycheck protection programs. They also had access to government paycheck protection programs that give them the cushion they had needed to withstand the shocks of the pandemic. Corporate cultures are deliberate designs by strategic and tactical team leaders that can have positive and long-lasting impact on how your team dynamics see and relate to that corporate brand identity. A strong corporate culture will not only serve to ensure that you have a highly motivated workforce to drive the growth, expansion, and profitability of the business, but it will also influence the reduction of absenteeism and turnover. A strong corporate culture will also serve to educate your team dynamics about your corporate leader's mindset, short and long-term vision that sets the stage to increase productivity, profitability, and sustainability of your business. The efforts of sales communication professionals to position your brand to be known, liked, and trusted can be undermined when weak cultures affect the workforce, the client, and the public. How to impact the client. Does the way your value proposition, corporate and personal brand impact your clients matters? Your ability to impact the client with clinical precision will set the stage for management to predetermine how successful the brand or business will be. One of the smartest steps you can take in business is to master the process that leads to having well-developed and strong brand characteristics that truly impacts the lives of the client with clinical precision and makes it easier to influence positive public buy into products, services, and brands. Positive client appeal can be best achieved by researching the client's needs. The client or potential client has dreams, hopes, and aspirations they want to be realized. The sales communication professional's ability to research the client needs, innovates relevant products and services, and position a strong value proposition that exceeds the client expectations will give your business the competitive advantage it needs. Let us attempt to research the United States of America credit card industry, how it affects consumers' buying behavior, market opportunities and market threats, and identify its market viability and potential to cash flow. For example, a powerful nation that runs on credit. The United States of America, one of the most developed, fastest growing, and powerful nation in the world, runs on credit. Its population as of January 2022 stood at approximately 332,403,650 citizens. By 2018, major banks and credit card companies have issued over 1.12 billion credit cards. This number is expected to reach over 1.25 billion in 2023. The United States of America credit cards investment in 2022 amounted to $164.3 billion USD. This investment was made by top credit cards players like Visa Card, MasterCard, American Express, Discovery, and JP Morgan Chase. 34% of the 70% of the American population that carries a credit card have between 3 and 4 credit cards. But 53% or 90 million American credit card holders need help with debt mitigation. Americans' total credit card balance is $986 billion in the fourth quarter of 2022, according to the latest data from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. At the beginning of Q1 of 2023, this balance has reached over $1 trillion. The above research statistics clearly shows a major challenge for over 90 million American credit card holders. The challenge exists since many credit card holders don't fully understand how the credit card market works. This challenge to credit card holders has existed for many years and will continue for many more years, even with the good intention of financial specialists and credit management experts to help consumers mitigate this financial pandemic. Millions of American credit card holders struggle to exit credit card debt. Credit card holders complain about making monthly payment on their balance, but despite how hard they try, their efforts to reduce the balance increases instead of decrease, due to the concept we call balance carried over, that most credit card holders are unaware of. This is where the research skills, knowledge, experience, savviness, and attention to details of the sales communication professional can come in handy to support new business startup, banks, private equity investors, and other business owners that want to expand their project activities in providing credit card debt mitigation services to millions of Americans. The U.S. credit card debt mitigation market size at the end of 2022 was approximately 90 million. A big market with a serious problem that clients are willing to pay for. The average cost to fix credit cards and FICO score issues is about $500, but the cost to train a credit card holder to manage their credit card and FICO score can run into thousands of USDs. The control of 5% of the credit card debt mitigation market can position savvy business leaders to earn millions of USD in annual revenue. All this requires of you is that you simply take the time to study how the credit card market works, innovate products and services to meet the client expectations, and then position the BVP to be visible, reach the ideal client, make impact, and convert the target market into paying clients. For example, sales communication professionals' training and experience position them to see business opportunities where most may see a problem or at least never see the business growth opportunity that is right in front of them. Let us look at the realities pertinent to the credit card industry and its potential to cash flow billions of dollars annually. The following gives a true and high-level overview into the mindset and thinking of SCPs to leverage data and how they are likely to relate to data of the credit industry to influence new business startup or business expansion into this field. I would expect this group of professionals, SCPs, to begin tackling this problem by doing a comprehensive analysis of issues like the viability of the credit debt mitigation market, credit card fundamentals, the 5 credit card builders, consumer protection and federal laws that govern how credit card vendor and associated stakeholders conduct themselves. Things like how the statement, the balance, the billing cycle, open and close date, due date, and minimum balance due affect your credit data should also be important considerations. Savvy entrepreneurs can initiate new business startups or business expansion to serve the credit card debt mitigation industry. Over 53% of credit card holder or 90 million Americans need help in reducing their credit card debt. The size of this market and its potential for cash flow makes it an industry that can easily generate billions of dollars in annual revenue. Forward-thinking industry players like banks, private equity investors and entrepreneurs can start and manage businesses or expand their operation to serve narrow or broad scope of the credit card market. It can be as narrow as providing training on the credit card fundamentals and the 5 FICO credit score builders, or it can be broad as looking at consumer protection laws, state and federal laws that represent the rights of credit card consumers. Credit card fundamentals. Most, if not everything, in the United States of America, is influenced by your FICO score. Your access to financial markets, your rates of APR and the amount of capital you get from financial institutions are all influenced by your credit rating. Excellent credit rating reaches as high as 850 credit score. But with over 90 million Americans that needs help with credit debt mitigation means that most of them have below 680 credit score. This represents major disparities in the access and cost of capital. The person with 550 or below 680 credit score that needs capital may access capital but at significantly higher APR. Their cost for capital can reach as high as 35% APR. But the person or persons with the 800 and above credit score has the power to negotiate better APR. They are better able to negotiate for 0% annual percentage rates for 12 to 18 months and 10% to 15% after the 0% APR cycle would have ended. 35% annual percentage rate on $100,000 means you are paying $35,000 in APR. The person or persons that are paying 10% to 15% APR on the same amount will have an annual saving of $25,000 to $20,000. That saving of $25,000 or $20,000 can be invested in a $150,000 income producing asset that only requires you to put 10% or 20% down. The point that is being made is the person or persons with above 800 credit rating that have good credit advisors and financial advisors on their side have a much greater advantage to navigate life challenges and position themselves easier to build wealth and financial independence. Things you should know about managing your FICO score. Have you ever received your credit card statement in the mail and don't know what to make of it? Don't be embarrassed, you are not alone. Millions of Americans experience the same feelings every month when they receive their CC statement in the mail. This short but high-level overview of things you should know about managing your FICO score will help you make better, smarter and more quality decisions when reading your monthly CC statements. How to read your credit card statement. The statement. The balance. The billing cycle. The open date. The close date. The due date and the minimum balance due. Your ability to read, understand and respond appropriately to your monthly credit card statements is very important, considering all the facts stated above. Your credit card statement is a document you received in your mail or email that is generated by your financial provider. informing you of your credit debt obligations. This is not one of those things that you take lightly, discount or disregard. If you do so, this very act, if you don't have knowledgeable credit advisors on your side, will handicap how far you go financially, how much you achieve and how fast you realize them. The statement. There are 3 important things that you must be clear about when reading your CC statement. First, you should be reminded of the credit limit associated with the specific credit card. Having multiple cards makes it easy for cards and credit limits to get mixed up, and that is one of the things you don't want when attempting to manage your credit utilization. Secondly, you always want to be aware and in control of how much funds you are using from each individual credit card. Mixed up can lead to spending above 30% on the wrong card. That will affect your FICO if the excess spending on the wrong card is not recognized and corrected before or by the end of the closing date. Third, being aware of the difference between the remaining and outstanding balance is super important. Many credit card holders are not fully conscious of this. They sometimes interpret the CC statement balance as monies remaining to be spent. This too can and often does lead to overspending and poor management of your credit cards that negatively affect your credit score. The balance. Outstanding balance vs. remaining balance. The average person that receives a credit card statement doesn't understand the term balance. This is understandable but not acceptable when representing the interest of the consumer. Balance is an established term used in the banking and financial world. But outside of this market, the term can be very confusing to the average person. There are major differences between requesting your bank balance statement for your checking or personal saving accounts and that of requesting your credit balance statement for your personal or business credit accounts. When requesting the statement balance for your checking and personal savings, you will get an updated report of the positive balance, or cash remaining in your accounts, but when requesting the statement balance on your personal and business credit lines, it shows the negative balance, or the monies owed to the financial institution. These 2 formats of balance are what literally create confusion in the minds of consumers. It should be noted that your credit card statement that reflects a balance is always the balance owed, the balance that you are obligated to repay to the credit card companies or financial institutions. Outstanding balance. Perhaps if credit cards provider introduced the terms outstanding balance and remaining balance on the credit card statement, it will become easier for credit card consumers to better relate to their CC statement. The balance or outstanding balance, in this case, would mean all monies or negative balance owed to card providers and financial institutions. The balance or remaining balance, in this case, would mean all monies remaining in your account for spending and investments. Managing credit card debt can easily become a runaway train when you don't know what you are doing. The authors of this book strongly support the idea of you getting the right and experienced credit card and debt mitigation professionals to help you navigate this financial market. The billing cycle. What you should know about the billing cycle. The billing cycle plays a vital role in helping you manage and stay in control of your credit rating and influencing what is reported on your FICO. A bad FICO report will tell business owners and financial institutions how or if to do business with you. People that leverage credit card debt and are often above the 30% utilization ratio but know what they are doing in the credit financial market are fully aware how missing a billing cycle can cause them emotional stress. Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion will generate a report at the end of every month whether your credit utilization is above or below 30% at the close of the billing cycle. The information they capture at the end of the billing cycle can give you an advantage or put you at a disadvantage in the business and financial world. The billing cycle represents the open and close date and a period that all credit bureaus use to analyze how well you are able to manage your credit financial obligations. Billing cycle open date. What you should know about the billing cycle open date. The open date is a very important date in the life of all credit card holders. One of the very important things about this date is that it tells you when to start using your line of credit. Most people that have a credit card uses it wherever and whenever they want. That is not the best way to use your credit line. Knowing when your billing cycle is tells you the best time to start using, spending or investing. Your billing cycle open date period lasts about 29 to 31 days, and if you use 50% of your credit line for 5 days, 10 days after the open date, the 50% utilization ratio will not be reported by the credit bureau because there will be nothing to report. You have reduced your balance to 0% 15 days before the billing cycle closes. However, on the other hand, if you use 50% of your credit limit for 6 days, 5 days before the end of your billing cycle, you would be in trouble with the credit reporting agencies. Although you intend to settle all outstanding accounts 24 hours after the end of your open date, the respective credit bureau will generate a report that shows 20% above your utilization average. It will be reported, and it will immediately affect your credit rating, your cost for capital, and how financial institutions relate to your personal and business funding needs. That is why it is always important to keep track of the billing cycle on all your credit cards. The open date tells you when to start using your credit line. Knowledgeable and experienced credit card users may use 100% of their credit limit and reduce this to 29% utilization before the billing cycle open date runs out. This move will prevent any negative reports being generated by credit bureaus. This practice is not advisable for credit card users that don't have the knowledge or experience to mitigate this process. Billing cycle close date. What you should know about the billing cycle close date. The close date is a very important period in the billing cycle that you should never take for granted. This period helps you understand two important facts about the billing cycle and how you utilize your line of credit. First, it tells you when to stop spending or using your credit lines. Most people, because they are not familiar or paying close attention to the importance of the billing cycle open and closing dates, they spend above their credit utilization limit, in and outside of the cycle. This opens the door for negative reports to be generated and reported on your credit report. Negative reports, depending on how severe and how often you get these reports, can result in fewer offers and limited access to capital, higher cost for capital, and the loss of confidence in the eyes and minds of financial institutions. Secondly, it tells you when to reduce your credit card balance down to 29% or lower. When your credit utilization is above 29% for lengthy periods, it sends the wrong signal to lenders, especially for personal credit card holders. This may be different for business credit card holders who are expected and encouraged to maximize the use of their credit lines. For personal credit card holders, all your spending during the open and closed cycle, if not removed by the closed date of your billing cycle, can and will be used to generate a report on your credit utilization. This report is generated whether your utilization is perfect or not so attractive to investors. Credit cards and your due date. What you should know about your due date. There is a window that is open between the billing cycle and that of your due date that gives you the opportunity to avoid any APR from being charged to you even if you are above your utilization ratio or have maxed out your credit line. You can max out your credit lines and have 0% APR for life when you understand how to use credit cards. The due date is a period to make payments to offset the debt to your credit line, S. Your credit statement that is generated monthly tells you the amount of monies you should pay by the due date to keep your account, S, in good standing. The monthly payments identified by financial institutions, representing principal and interest, are usually small. For example, an outstanding balance of $100,000 at 24% APR would accrue 2% monthly APR. 2% APR on a $100,000 credit line balance amounts to $2,000 USDs in monthly percentage rate. What if you can avoid paying the 2% or $2,000 in monthly APR? I am here to say it is possible to achieve this desired outcome. The 2% monthly percentage rate does not include any payments to the principal balance, which must be included in your payments by the due date. What if you can avoid paying any principal? I am here to say that too can be completely avoided. It is important to note that all monthly and annual percentage rates can be avoided once you are able to prevent the balance being carried over before the due date. All balance carried over after the due date is payable immediately to the respective financial institution or institutions. It should be noted that any payment due that is unpaid by the due date will result in balance carried over, late payment and late fees, and worse, derogatory marks that show up on your credit report, all of which can be avoided. Derogatory marks stay on your report for a number of months if you don't know how to mitigate or remove them or avoid them in the first place. This too can and often does have negative consequences on your personal and business financial aspirations. Attempts to get a bank loan, home mortgage, car loan, house rental, and access to trade lines and credit lines will all be negatively affected because of the derogatory marks that show up on your FICO. The authors of this book, who are directors at Pitch Deck 101 LLC, 10X Branding and Marketing LLC, and Global Capital Inc., suggest that you reach out to them for a free consultation at www.pitchdeck101.org or telephone 1-332-235-1099 to make serious inquiries about how the credit system works and how we can help you navigate this industry to your advantage. Credit The authors of this book, who are directors at Pitch Deck 101 LLC, 10X Branding and Marketing LLC, and Global Capital Inc., suggest that you reach out to them for a free consultation at www.pitchdeck-101.com or telephone 1-332-235-1099 to make serious inquiries about how the credit system works and how we can help you navigate this industry to your advantage. Credit card and minimum balance due. What you should know about your minimum balance due. Paying the minimum balance due on your credit line is an option all credit card companies give you as part of the agreement to make your monthly payment and to avoid late payments and derogatory marks being reported on your FICO. But are you aware that when you pay the minimum balance due on your credit debt, you open yourself to immediate balance carried over and additional interest payments? The minimum balance due on your credit line represents both principal and interest payments that you are obligated to pay monthly on your outstanding credit balance. Credit card companies instituting a low monthly minimum balance for their clients is admirable. However, it is important to note the advantages and disadvantages of the minimum balance due to all credit card holders. Advantages of minimum balance due. The option to make minimum or the lease payments on your outstanding credit balance allows you to make monthly payments with greater ease and without emptying your pockets. This option also gives you the opportunity to leverage credit debt to your advantage and position yourself to accumulate wealth at the same time. For example, imagine having a credit line of $2 million to invest in a multifamily unit. This credit line comes with an advantage of 0% APR for 18 months, and at the end of this cycle, the trade line with accrued 10% APR. First, you get access to $2 million. Second, you access capital at 0% APR. Third, you get to invest the capital into income-producing assets. Fourth, you get to pay 10% APR after 18 months. All the above can give you a tremendous financial advantage when you know what you are doing. This credit line can give you the financial leverage you need to invest in real estate. Imagine having the opportunity to buy a 10-story, 50-unit, multifamily apartment for $10 million. The cost of the income-producing asset is $10 million, the APR 3% and the loan term 15 years, will cost you $69,058.16 in monthly principal and interest payments. The bank requires you to pay a 10% or $1 million equity deposit on the investment property, which you are not worried about raising, because you can draw down on multiple credit lines to cover your equity deposit and other closing costs. The 10-story, 50 units, multifamily apartments have the potential to generate a minimum of $100,000 per month or $1.2 million USD annually. The monthly cost for capital is $69,058.16 minus from $100,000 in positive cash flow, will leave a profit of $30,941.84 before tax and insurance. When the cost for credit or other financial instruments is lower than the cost of investments, it is the right time to move ahead with building smart investment portfolios. In the case shown above, the capital cost is low and the rate of return is reasonable. $30,941.84 in monthly positive cash flow or $371,302.08 in annual positive cash flow on a single multifamily unit is considered average but good business. This means that within 10 to 15 years you can repay the balance due on the income-producing assets and bring down the credit card balance to zero. However, considering that the credit line would begin to accrue APR after 18 months, to avoid this, a knowledgeable credit card user, before the first 0 APR life cycle runs out, will request a balance transfer to a new credit line that has similar or higher credit limits and 0 annual percentage rate for the same period. Disadvantages of minimum balance due. Making the minimum balance due monthly payment would appear to be enticing to most because of the low monthly payments that take the pressure off your pockets and the immediate stress off you. But leveraging the minimum balance due option for a lengthy period will cost you stress and perhaps sleepless nights in the long term. The outstanding or negative balance on all credit card debt will be subject to balance carried over immediately after the minimum balance due date has passed. And all balance carried over will start accruing daily interest with immediate effect. The daily accruing interest is something that you can control even in the worst of cases. But if a balance is carried over month after month and interest starts to accrue with the monthly compounding effects, it would seriously hurt your pockets. For example, a credit debt of $100,000 at 24% APR will accrue interest of $24,000 on an annual basis. While this is stated in your credit agreement, it is almost never the case. Interest calculation on credit is not fixed or calculated for a year, like in the case of mortgage debt. Interest is calculated daily and on a moving average ratio. Let us take for example, you have a credit debt of $100,000 that is subject to 24% annual percentage rates. The cost for capital in the second month would be 2% or $2,000 if the total balance carried over to the next billing cycle remains the same for the entire period, without any changes. The monthly cost for credit capital can be significantly reduced or increased because the concept referred to has the moving average ratio. In the case where you clear your balance carried over to the 15th date of the new billing cycle, interest can only be calculated for that period. So instead of interest being calculated for 30 days or a month, it now must be calculated for 15 days, reflecting the exact life cycle of your balance carried over, and this may bring down your payment from 2% or $2,000 to 1% or $1,000. While this is so, many credit card holders don't take advantage of this. They open the door to the Pandora's box that causes their credit cost to become a runaway train. The complete opposite occurs for millions of people who don't quite understand how to mitigate credit card debt. Interest accumulates and compounds month after month and creates awkward moments, stress, and sleepless nights for them. When the opposite occurs, a credit debt of $100,000 at 24% APR can quickly go downhill. For example, the 24% annual percentage rate on this sum means you are paying 2% or $2,000 per month or $24,000 for the year. With balance carried over and compounding interest month after month, the first month balance will become $102,000, the second month $104,040, and the third month $106,120.80. By the third month, with only the compounded rate of interest, the interest is above $6,000, and if this continues for a length of time, it can force you into bankruptcy and completely decimate your credit rating. This brings us to the end of the high-level overview of credit card fundamentals. Sales communication professionals are subject matter experts who can drive the visibility, reach, impact, and client conversion of most, if not all, types of businesses. The command of researching the ideal client that was shown in this case study is a clear example of what SCPs should master to advance the interest of their businesses and clients. Remember, strong brands are built to achieve 4 important points of impact as shown below. Clearly define how you are going to impact your team or workforce. Clearly define how you are going to impact the target market or your ideal clients. Clearly define how you want to impact the public or highly influential people. Clearly define how you are going to impact the business positive cash flow or leverage excess liquidity. Your ability to learn, apply, and master the 4 touch points mentioned above will not only give you control over how your team, clients, and public relate to your business, it will also give you better control over directing the business financial growth and profitability. When informed actions and the right steps are taken by SCPs to build strong corporate and personal brands that live up to the client expectations, it becomes much easier to position your business to be successful. The ability to build strong and exceptional brands that truly optimizes how that brand impacts clients and potential clients depends on how much time, talent, and resources the sales communication professional invests into getting the right information about the target market. Any attempt to impact the lives of the specific target market / the clients or potential clients should be guided by data. The data that is referred to in this book is the absolute bio data markers. This absolute bio data markers illustrates why you should stay away from speculated data in guiding the business process and explains the importance of conforming to secondary data that is current, reliable, and relevant. The absolute bio data markers as proposed in this book also explains the importance of collecting primary data, analyzing primary data, and the effective use of primary data to adding exceptional value and fixing big problems for the ideal clients. The significance of applying the absolute bio data markers is that it will result in the smart use of specialized tools, techniques and strategies that enable sales communication professionals to identify and target the ideal client with clinical precision. Any attempt to influence positive public response from the specific target market or ideal client should be guided by demographic data, psychographic data, and geographic data of the target group. The clear understanding of these bio data markers and the effective application of them can and most often will enable sales communication professionals to achieve more than the transfer of goods and services and the collection of money in a one-time sale. The effective application of the absolute bio data markers provides subject matter experts like the SCP, with insights into the client needs, wants and expectations, lifestyle, culture and social class, groups and reference groups and the client way of thinking and responding to sales communication processes. The ABDM toolkit allows and enables the SCP to have unique insight into the client's natural responses to business's value propositions in the sales communication process. This insight gives the SCP an advantage to design and implement marketing strategies that enable them to easily convert first-time users into lifetime clients.